Short week, only 4 days of the week, so we will summarize May. Amazing month. Amazing month. 6% on the S&P, 9% on the NASDAQ gains. Then we're going to talk about the weekly news. We're going to focus on the last 48 hours, of course, because there was a lot of new headlines. And then we're going to talk about other things that happened this week. Are you ready for it, for the weekly summary? If you are, we're starting. So hello, everyone. My name is Micha, and on this channel, we talk about stocks. We talk about investments, or mainly talk about the news. But a quick reminder that everything and anything that you see on this channel is not financial advice, just educational and entertainment purpose only. Let's dive in. If you're new, 6.5K subscribers. It would be amazing if you can subscribe, and of course, you can enjoy the content. Let's start. NASDAQ up 9% for the week. Actually, I told you already. S&P up 6%, Russell up 5%, and the Dow Jones up almost 4%. Not for the week, for the month. This is the month of May. When we look at the indices themselves, you can see the communication, technology, industrial, consumer discretionary, all up between 6% and 10%. Healthcare is the only negative indice of the month, down 5.5%, mainly because of United Health. Ethereum, Bitcoin, up between 41% for Ethereum and 10% for Bitcoin. When we look at commodities, you can see crude oil up 4.4%, natural gas up 4%. Gold and silver between 0 and 1% for the month. And this is the the 8 companies, the great 8. Broadcom up 25%. They're coming in hot for their earnings. They have earnings this week, 25% for the month. Nvidia, 24% for the month. Tesla, 22% for the month. And only laggard of the month and actually negative performing is Apple, down 5%. Will they catch up, or is this the end of Apple? Who knows? But no doubt it was a difficult month for Apple. Let's dive into the major news. So on Friday, Secretary of Defense said that there are credible news or information that China is preparing to use force to alter the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific, meaning they want to invade Taiwan. I'll give you the short version of that. When you're seeing this video, it might already happened. I have no idea. Maybe it won't happen. I have no idea. But he told everyone that on Friday. President Trump had a major announcement on Friday as well, saying that steel tariffs are going up from 25% to 50%. He also says that China violated the agreement, because the agreement that he had, and by that reducing the tariffs. And there's a lot of drama. And of course, a few hours later, he said, she and I should have a discussion and figure things out, figure the drama that I just created. Besen during the week said that Chinese currently are stalling. The reason why they're stalling the negotiation is because during the week, the court says that Trump doesn't have the authority to set tariffs. Everyone was excited, saying, okay, maybe there aren't any tariffs. But then a day later, an appeals court says that he temporarily halts the ruling and says until the Supreme Court would take a decision, we cannot change what has happened already. Strange, not strange. We don't know yet. We will get a formal agreement probably in the next few days, formal decision. On Friday, we got PCE, the personal consumption expenditure, the Fed's preferred measurement for inflation, and it's very, very low. 2.1%, that brings us to where we were in 2020. If there weren't the tariffs, I keep saying it over and over again, if there weren't the tariffs, which haven't been agreed upon yet, the Fed would have lowered rates already long ago. But because of the uncertainty, the Fed doesn't want to lower rate. They don't want to be caught short-handed, and that is the only reason. On the GDP front, you remember that Q1 GDP came in negative? Well, we're back in positive, actually in very strong positive, 3.8% on the plus side, meaning that there wasn't really a recession. There wasn't really anything. It was just an indicator that came in different than expected. The White House updated, and also the Fed updated as well, that Trump met Jerome Powell during the week, and he told him that it's a mistake not to lowering rates. Probably Jerome Powell told him that he agrees with him, but he doesn't know what the impact of the tariffs would be, and that's why he doesn't lower the rates. AAII, the American Association of Individual Investors, came in negative and increased the negativity during the week. And another thing that here on this channel we haven't discussed yet, and it's a good opportunity. Right now, when we look at the numbers, hedge funds are almost at maximum short interest over the market. They believe that everything that is happening right now is wrong and the market should come down. This creates the recipe for one or two dishes. One, a Michelin star dish, and the other one, a total failure dish. If they are right and the market is supposed to go down, then it's going to go down rapidly because they have a huge amount of short on the market. If they're wrong and the market keeps creeping up, they're in a situation where they need, one, to close the short, two, to start adding to their positions. Both these, let's say, actions will result in a very, if they're wrong, will result in a very, very fast and rapid rally. Now, if they are right, of course, we will see a drop, whether it's closing one gap, two gaps, all the gaps, we're going to talk about that. So if they're right or wrong, no one knows. Only time will tell. But right now, they're missing out on a lot of gains, which means that they can't hold these shorts for long. When will they cave? If they will, we will see it in the charts. Let's continue with the taco trade. Yes, Trump was embarrassed this week when a new acronym was invented, which is called TACO. And not because it folds, but because, and breaks actually. It's because the acronym means Trump always chickens out. Every time there's a problem in the market, Trump comes and says a lot of strong things, and then there's problems in the market, and he U-turns. Trump always chickens out. I wouldn't want to be in the room telling Trump that that is his new acronym. Jamie Dimon talked on the record on Friday saying several things. One of them was related to China, saying that they're not scared of anyone. The notion that they're going to come back to America is the wrong notion. If they need to do something, they're going to put hundreds of thousands of developers to produce that, and America needs to be ready. On the other side, he said that tariffs are a waste of time and energy, and Trump should stop that, let's call it the Trump tariff regime. Also, he said that bond market might start seeing cracks in it, which usually is not a good thing for the economy. That's why on Friday we saw a change from green to red during the trade. Microsoft updates us that that Barclays agreed to buy 100,000 licenses for Microsoft AI Copilot. Intel is reportedly considering selling their network and edge unit. A hit piece on Palantir actually became sugar-coated by the fact that there was supposed to be a hit piece saying that Palantir knows everything about the Americans because they're more and more entrenched in the government. But what came out of it is that Palantir has so much money coming from the government that everyone was excited, and Palantir is only grinding up and reaching all-time highs. Anduril and Meta are teaming up to transform the augmented reality for the military, for the soldier in the front line. OPEC Plus wants to increase their oil production. Elon Musk is providing us an update on autonomy. So I'll give you all the updates on Tesla in a different way than it's sorted here right now. June 12, probably the first paid autonomous drive by Tesla. That's by Ed Ladlow from Bloomberg. 2, Musk is going to spend 24 hours, 7 days a week on all his companies, left Doge. 3, Austin, very soon, new produced cars coming out of the factory. If you live in Austin and you ordered a new Tesla Y, will come to you autonomously. There would be a car driving itself to your house. All these things are developments in the realm of Elon Musk. And there was also a piece, I think in the New York Times, saying that during the Trump campaign, Elon Musk consumed a lot more drugs than he did before to be energized and awake. And of course, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just sharing with you. NVIDIA with huge earnings this week. You can see the chart here of their increased EPS, earnings per share, and increased revenue. Very, very strong. Keep growing And they went up 6% after the report. Hailey Bieber had her first exit, selling Rode to Elf for $1 billion. She's going to stay in Elf as chief creative officer, something like that. Amazing. I think the company exists 2.5 years, 3 years, something like that. Amazing exit for Hailey Bieber. Robinhood, ticker Hood, is expanding their desktop application to the UK. We talked about that. Apple innovating the numbering of iOS. Yes, you heard the sarcasm in my voice. Instead of in the next software being iOS 18, there's going to be a huge change. It's going to be by the year iOS 26. They spent $25 million for McKinsey to tell them to do that. And this is Anthropic CEO, Amodi, which came out this week, warning everyone, or everyone that was willing to hear, that a huge amount of unemployment is coming due to AI. Sorry. Coming due to AI. AI is going to make a lot of people lose their jobs. And companies and governments are sugarcoating it. And he's the one standing and shouting it from rooftops. Whether it's right or wrong, depending on how you see things, AI no doubt is going to change the workforce. Will it mean reduction of employees? No one knows. Jack Dorsey's block XYZ is the ticker plans to add Bitcoin to their payment system. And if you have Bitcoin and you think of paying with it, it's not a smart move to do. And I'll explain very easily why. If you have dollars go down in value over time, meaning $100 50 years ago are worth less today, meaning your buying power goes down. In Bitcoin, it's not the case. Bitcoin over time, it goes up. So basically, you're holding an asset that grows in value. You wouldn't want to pay in that asset. That doesn't make sense. So you can do whatever you want. It's not financial advice, but that's what I would do. WeRide, ticker WRD, is starting robotaxi in Saudi Arabia. And last but not least, the company that said bags are traveling for free. Not anymore. LUV Southwestern is starting to charge $35 or $45, depending on who you are and where you are and if you are part of their club or not. Which means that the company that put on their flag that they're not going to charge on bags are going to charge on bags. That brings us to next week, and next week looks this way. These are the companies that are reporting. Between NEO on Tuesday, CrowdStrike, HPE, Asana after closing bell, sorry. Wednesday, we get MongoDB and Variant. Thursday, we get Broadcom, DocuSign, Lululemon. It's the last of the companies. I don't know how Broadcom found themselves in this kind of group, but that's Broadcom. Nothing macro, nothing on that front, nothing special. We are going to hear jobs on Friday, as usual, May jobs report. And hopefully, we're going to hear some kind of tariffs or agreements on tariffs. That brings us to the S&P 500. Represented by the SPX. As you can see, we are above our 150-day moving average. This is, of course, Japanese candlesticks. We still have an open gap up until 5690 or 5700. We might find an attempt to close it. I don't know if we will or we won't. What I do know, if we go above 5970, we will probably meet 6100. If we go down and break under 5780, we might meet 5,700. An amazing recovery from April 7th. This was the washout, and you can see from that point, from April 7th all the way to where we are today, the market went up, or S&P 500 went up 22%. Never go against the market. If you enjoyed this, you can smash that like button. You can forward it to other people. Thank you for being here. I'll be here next week updating you on everything and anything that happens in the stock market. Till next time, bye-bye.